By show of hands, how many of you have been to Cleveland's Asiatown neighborhood? All right. By show of hands, how many of you have been there in the last couple months? Okay. There's a new addition to the neighborhood that I love, absolutely love. There's this pop-up park across the street from what used to be the Dave's Market. And the community there has done a great job of just kind of making it their own. Programming it, having events there, putting in planters, a green space that the neighborhood desperately needs. But one of the best additions to the neighborhood and that park is some artwork by a very good friend of mine. His name is Jordan Wong. Okay, make some noise if you know who Jordan Wong is. If you've seen his work around, he goes by the moniker Wongface. Maybe you've seen that around Instagram or around social media. But he installed this brand new arch in Asiatown. It is a thing of beauty. And I can't recommend enough that you go down the neighborhood, see his art, because it's not just Jordan's art, it's accompanied by a lot of local Asian American talent that have put murals on the ground, that have other pieces that are standing up in the park. It's really a thing of beauty. And we have Jordan here to tell us all about his latest project. Yeah, make some noise for Jordan, everybody.
Hi, everyone. All right. I know the angle is not the best, so feel free to move your seating if you need to. Sorry, I'm like blocking them. They just see my back right now. Just long hair. All right. How are you all doing? Woo! Excellent, excellent. Gabe, where'd you go? Oh, thanks for that kind introduction. Gabe's great. So, again, thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate culture and food and community. Thank you to Cynthia and MotivAsians for having me out tonight. Again, my name is Jordan Wong. I am a full-time professional artist, and everything I do is under the name Wongface. You guys haven't even seen the art yet. It could be really bad. So, how many of you are into or grew up with anime, manga, comic books, video games? I like that. I like that. I like being with my people. Everything started when I was this little guy. This was taken when I was about 3 or 4 years old. I'm actually originally from Pittsburgh, and I grew up in a place where no one looked like me. And during those early years, I was just, again, falling in love with these stories, these characters, these heroes, and I found a lot of encouragement in these things. And I am so grateful and privileged to say that I get to share that love as an adult, as part of my full-time profession, and have done a number of public art projects throughout the city of Cleveland, like downtown Public Square, as well as Asiatown. Has anyone seen this piece? Yeah! Nate Plaza? And just contribute to the beautiful culture that already, has existed in Cleveland's Asiatown for so long, but actually, putting it out there, and some of the things that, you may have grown up with or seen as a kid, and being able to share that with the children that are living in Asiatown currently. I also have done projects outside of Cleveland and Asiatown, like Lakewood, as well as Akron Art Museum, where in 2021 I had my very first museum solo exhibition. I was entrusted with their garden space and did a series of installations, some of which were rather large, as well as some that were a little bit smaller to be discovered throughout the garden. In 2024, so last year, they actually acquired one of my works for their permanent collection. I'm also in the permanent collections of Children's Museum of Pittsburgh, University Hospitals, as well as Cleveland Public Library's special collections. Woo! platform called Facebook. So this is in their data center in New Albany, Ohio. So like right outside of Columbus. In 2024, I was awarded the Transformative Arts Fund, and this was an incredible opportunity offered by the city where over 100 artists applied, and there were 7 awardees. And I'm so honored to say that I'm one of the 7, and we used the amount that we were awarded in this investment to create a series of new works in Asia Town, which I'm very excited to share with you all.
Hi, my name is Jordan Wong. I'm a fine artist here in Cleveland, and I do everything under the name Wongface. And I am so honored to be one of the Transformative Arts Fund awardees, leading the project titled, For Those Who Call Here Home, Transforming Asia Town, a Community Outdoor Space. So whenever we were applying for the Transformative Arts Fund, I was considering on where I wanted to focus this work, and it only felt right to choose Asia Town. I've had the honor and opportunity to create different public works for the neighborhood and the community, and I just wanted to continue that work and to create something that was really legacy worthy. Cleveland's Asia Town is such a prominent cultural neighborhood, one that is historically neglected, especially with there not being these green spaces or places for the community to gather. This project, I think, really looks forward in creating more of those opportunities and enriching, the culture that has existed there, for many, many, many years and several generations. And I think really creates opportunities for more exciting things to happen in Asia Town, new projects, better places and spaces for, again, the families and especially future generations to enjoy for years to come.
We want to make sure we have representation from Asian artists, which have not necessarily been well recognized in Cleveland. And in addition, the site that we've chosen in Asia Town really highlights the neighborhood and the needs of the neighborhood.
Through the Transformative Arts Fund, we were able to create 5 brand new public art installations for Asia Town. One being an entrance gate to welcome visitors and residents and families into the space. A second being a large-scale light box that actually illuminates the space and the neighborhood. And smaller elements such as a series of planters by emerging Asian artists that we were able to select from an open call, as well as playful seating and ping pong tables to bring activity and joy into the space. So far, this has been one of my biggest public art projects that I've taken on, and we were awarded an amount of approximately $450,000, which previously I've never worked with a budget of that size. So this entire process of coordinating the vision of all of these elements and how they would relate to one another, complement one another, and activate the square dancing blocks. To be honest, I could have not done this project without the incredible help, support, and passion of everyone that I've been able to work with, from Sculpture Center as my institutional partner, especially Grace Chin, the executive director, to our community supporting partners like Midtown Cleveland, OCA Greater Cleveland, as well as our incredible faculty leaders and those who are actually bringing these works to life, as well as the chance to work so closely with Marika Shiroiri Clark, our
office for creating this initiative and setting aside these funds to invest in Cleveland's local artists and to create projects like this in Cleveland's neighborhoods. We're just so grateful for Jordan and Grace and the Sculpture Center to want to have partnered with Midtown and to make this investment in our neighborhood. And I'm just excited for the community and for what this means. I cannot believe how incredibly beautiful each of the pieces are. They're so vibrant, they're so thoughtfully designed. And so to get to see these in our neighborhood in a public space that anybody can have access to is just really powerful.
We celebrated these installations at this year's Mid-Autumn Festival. Who was at Mid-Autumn Festival this year in Asia Town? Okay, see a couple of hands. And I just wanted to share some of my favorite moments from that day. You know, when we were, coming up with our proposal, coming up with the vision for this investment, we really wanted to create something that would spark a lot of joy, that, people, and especially children, could just play and actually have a place to go and enjoy themselves outdoors. Because again, right now, Asia Town does not have a public park. But with our installations, the Square Dancing Lot is now closer to becoming a permanent park in the future. So stay tuned for that. And again, it was just such an honor to be entrusted with this amount of money, to be entrusted with a creative, vision and direction and the art, to now live in Asia Town and be celebrated, and also, hopefully inspire others in their own art forms. I want to end on just sharing a couple things about being a professional artist, because people ask me, they're like, how do you do this? How do you, you do art for full time? Like, this is your job, this is your career. And I have a lot of answers regarding this, and I was thinking about how I would condense this to share with you all tonight, and I realized that it's really two things. First, it's the relationship with others that you get to work with, especially at this scale in producing the work, to those that are investing in you, whether they're collectors and buying the work versus commissioning you to create new things in the future, as well as just people that are coming out to see the art. And the second thing is the relationship with yourself and committing to that which ignites you, and building a devotion and practice to bring out the art that only you can create. So thank you all so much for letting me